Welcome to Park Bench Interviews, hosted by Randy Goodman, Harvey Callis Real Estate, your real estate professional. Get to know our community, our businesses, products, and services that will elevate your life. Please welcome your hostess, Randy Goodman.
Hello, everybody. It's Randy Goodman from Harvey Callis Real Estate Brokerage, and I am interviewing the one and only Raymond Aaron, who is a New York Times best-selling top 10 author, an internationally renowned thought leader, and success coach. You're an author of, I can't believe it, 138 best-selling books, including Branding Small Business for Dummies, I love it, Double Your Income, Doing What You Love, Chicken Soup for the Canadian Soul, and the author of New York Times bestseller, Chicken Soup for the Parent Soul. He will definitely transform your life if you connect with him. So thank you so much, Raymond, for being on with me and allowing me to interview you.
I'm honored. We're great colleagues and we help each other, and I'm honored to help you by doing this interview.
Well, thank you. Thank you. And you are a proud Canadian, so I love that.
I am indeed. I was born in Toronto. I've lived in Toronto all my life. I'm a very proud Canadian. And I love visiting other countries. I love speaking in other countries. I love holding seminars in other countries. But it's such a joy to come back to Canada. Canada is very clean. It's very tidy. It's very polite. And there's no litter. It's just a nice country. Nobody's mad at Canada because we don't do anything.
I just thank you, people, and sorry, people. Okay, awesome. So, Raymond, you have all this wonderful stuff, as I just mentioned in the intro, but tell us what you did before you started into all this incredible, impactful things that you're doing.
Well, it's strange. I graduated as a physicist, and I have been rated as a genius in mathematics. I have a Mensa IQ, and when I graduated from the University of Toronto, I didn't know what to do with all that brain power. Wow. And so I launched a business. I launched a soft drink manufacturing company to compete with Coca-Cola, and as you might imagine, Coca-Cola won. Yes. And so I wound up with a huge debt. I ran back to math and computers and got a salary job in order to pay back my debt. And then I got bored and I quit, and I launched a sports car importing company, which when it went under, I raced back to math and computers to get a salary job to pay off my debt. I got bored and I quit, and I started a chain of women's weight reducing salons.
Wow.
And when that failed, I ran back to math and computers, got a high paying salary job, paid off my debt, got bored and quit, and started a cosmetics distribution business. And that failed. And I went on and on and on. I was even a private eye. I got one gig and then that failed, never got a second gig.
Okay.
I started all these businesses, they all failed. And by age 39, I was $100,000 in debt. My boss had fired me. My wife had just left me. And I haven't even told you the worst news. I was $100,000 in debt. I was a 39-year-old life loser.
Wow.
And I decided I've got to do something. I've got to do something, because I graduated from university around age 19. And from 19 to 39, I just had failure after failure after failure.
Right.
I knew I was smart. I knew I was worth something. But all of my stupid friends were wealthy by then. And all of my genius friends were broke physics professors. I really couldn't figure it out.
Right.
I'm so smart and I couldn't figure it out. Anyways, I got a message from God one day. Honestly, I wasn't spiritual. I'm Jewish, but I wasn't really very religious. And inside my head, I got this message: Raymond, you're a teacher.
Wow.
I said, what? I didn't even know what it was. And I didn't want to be a teacher. I thought teacher was a high school math teacher.
Right.
that earns, let's say, $50,000 a year. I wanted to earn $50,000 a week, although there was no evidence that I would deserve that.
Right.
And I decided to start teaching. I rented a hotel room and I stood up, and 7 people showed up and they wanted to hear what I had to say about real estate. This was May of 1983, 37 years ago.
So back up for 1 second. So you went through all this physics stuff and other things. So
Yeah.
what took you to real estate? Like, did you just, like, what happened there?
Oh, well, I was married at the time, and my wife was a general contractor. So
Oh,
she would renovate properties for other people, but we also bought properties and renovated them for ourselves and then rented them out. And we actually became multimillionaires just by buying properties. I'll get the mortgage because I had a salary job, and she would renovate it. It would go up dramatically in value. We'd rent it out, and at the next boom, we became multimillionaires. And so even though I was broke, I had a lot of real estate. You can't eat the
okay.
bricks.
Okay.
So then I did that for 13 years. I was Canada's real estate guru for 13 years.
Wow.
And then I got another message. Honestly, I got another message that said, you have to teach life now. And so I canceled all my real estate courses. I freaked my staff because they wondered, what credentials do you have for teaching life?
All right.
And will anyone sign up for your courses? Well, amazingly, I developed the monthly mentor program, which has been rated as the #1 most powerful goal attainment program ever produced.
Wow.
Better than Tony Robbins, better than Brian Tracy's. Really amazing.
Really?
And I did that for 25 years.
Okay.
And then I got another message 6 years ago to start teaching spirituality.
Huh.
And so I've been a teacher for 37 years on stage, but as time goes on, I've been teaching a different thing. And I got another message 5 days ago.
Uh-oh.
And that is, Raymond, you've got to change your business and change your life. And I decided I'm going to go totally online. I'm going to become an online entrepreneur instead of flying around the world.
Okay.
I'm going to have the world come to me through the beauty of the internet. And I have created something that you know about, but I'm going to announce it to all of your wonderful listeners and your tribe and your neighbors. And that is the World Prosper Summit.com, the worldprospersummit.com. And because I know half of all the world famous transformational leaders in the entire world, I know everybody who was filmed for the movie The Secret. In fact, Jack Canfield, the co-creator of the Chicken Soup for the Soul series of books, called a meeting in his living room 17 years ago and invited 30 of his best friends, and I was one of them, in order to create Transformational Leadership Council. It's a closed club of the top transformational leaders in the world. And we hold events twice a year. And Rhonda Burns called our club from Australia and says, all the top transformational leaders in the world are in your club. Can I come at your next club meeting and film an incredible movie?
Right.
She said, it's going to be the best movie of all time. We said, yeah, right, best movie of all time. But it was the movie The Secret. So I was filmed for the movie The Secret. I know everybody who was in it. And I have contacted my friends and I said, this is the time, the Corona lockdown is the time where nobody can afford to be enemies. Nobody can afford to be competitors. Nobody can even afford to be colleagues. We must band together as friends in order to help other people. If we call ourselves leaders, now is the time to be leaders. Now is not the time for us. We're already wealthy. Now is not the time for us to be making money or to be focusing on making money. Now is the time for us to be focusing on giving back, on helping our tribe and others, like the people that you know, Randy, to make sure that everyone knows how to thrive. Because there are many people who are dying, not just physiologically dying from the virus, but emotionally dying. They're saying, oh my God, life is bad, life is terrible. And so I've contacted my friends who were in the movie The Secret, and I was hoping 1 or 2 of them would agree to join me in the World ProsperSummit.com. Right. 7 of them, Randy, 7 of the superstars of The Secret. And they didn't even charge me anything. They said, Raymond, we'll do it for you, because they want to help me help my clients. They want to help my clients. Nobody's selling anything. They may mention that it's not pre-recorded, it's live. So they'll mention, buy my book on Amazon. Big deal. A few people will buy a book, but practically nothing is being sold. It's just giving, giving, giving to make sure that the people around the world, and by the way, it's gone viral. It's insane. The people who are registering is just, and the numbers are skyrocketing. In fact, we can't even use GoToWebinar because they limit to 3,000. And we're
Wow.
way over 3,000 already.
Right.
So
Wow.
we
Good
have
for
to
you.
use another platform. And so all of my friends from the movie The Secret, 7 of them, are banding together with me in order to teach their brand of wisdom, including Dr. John Gray, who's the
Mhm.
Mars Venus guy, the
Mhm.
world #1 expert on men-women relationships. And he's going to be teaching how to get along with the person you're sequestered with. Because when this is over, there's either going to be a mad rush on maternity wards or there's going to be a mad rush for divorce courts. One or the other.
Totally.
And I want to make sure that we go the right way. So I've got 19 of the most famous people in the entire world as faculty teaching you every half hour for 2 solid days, 7 of them as stars of The Secret. And all you do is go to worldprospersummit.com, register. It's free. I'm not selling anything. It's free. Go to worldprospersummit.com, and 19 of us will be teaching you on April 24 and 25 from 11 a.m. till 5:30 p.m. Eastern Time, Toronto.
Perfect.
And everyone's got half an hour. So I'll say, hello, superstar of The Secret. You got half an hour. Go. Tell us all your best wisdom. And then half an hour. I'm sorry. Go. Goodbye. And then another superstar of The Secret. Bang. You got half an hour. And they know they have to get all their wisdom across in half an hour. So they stay for half an hour, high energy. I'm staying for the whole time for 6.5 hours on both days, giving everything I've got, all my punchy latest ideas, so that you can thrive and come out of this wealthier and higher income.
Love it. Thank you. So I know you're getting more spiritual, and I love what you're doing. Is there something that happened in your life that triggered these changes or different changes in your life? Is there something specific? Because I know for a lot of people, there might be something that happened that causes them to think differently. Like you said, 5 days ago, you had a new epiphany. So, is it because of COVID that happened? Or, like that's just one example, right? So is there something that caused any of these major changes in your life?
That's a really good question, Randy. Thank you. I've noticed that things happen to my benefit all my life. Like when I think of something and I want it, it shows up. And I'm not talking about a parking spot.
Although that helps.
Yes, that does. I think the only mistake God made was over manufacturing parking spot angels. Everybody has had that postulate come true. But I mean, just amazing things have happened. I think of something and it shows up. I think of something and it shows up. It's startling, but I never knew what it was. And it happened too often to be fluke, but I didn't know what it was. So from my physics background, I knew it had to be a law because it happened all the time.
Right.
But it doesn't happen to people who are, quote, bad, who do bad things. It happens to people who do good things. So there seems to be a system behind it, but I couldn't figure it out. And I started studying, and I started learning that it was called postulate, and that there are ways that postulates come true and ways that you can injure the possibility of postulates coming true. I started studying it. I started teaching it. Then my clients were able to start doing it. And it has made such a fulfillment in my life. And now I'm focusing not on making money or having large crowds in my audience or creating new products that'll make me money. I'm focusing totally and only on my clients truly making it, regardless, even if it's free. I'll give it away for free, and somehow the money pours in even more.
Right.
Because here's the big thing, the big, gigantic, if I had to give one lesson to myself when I was born that I could remember,
Yep.
A candle is not diminished by lighting another candle.
True.
A candle is not diminished by lighting another candle.
Love it.
And so I'm lighting candles around the world. And the biggest thing I will have ever done in 37 years, I stepped on stage May of 1983 So this is April of 2020. We're coming up to my 37th anniversary of teaching around the world.
That's
And,
fabulous.
and I'm focusing more and more on just not focusing, like in a movie theater, they focus on, you got to pay $15 before you go in. And you should eat all this popcorn and drink all this Coke before you go in. So they focus on that. I'm not focusing on it at all. I'm focusing on helping my clients. What do my clients really need? How can I give them what they really need? How can I blow them away? How can I give them more? How can I give them more? How can I excite them even more? And my life is more fulfilled. I feel more spiritually fulfilled, more emotionally uplifted, and wealthier. The money just pours in. I don't know where the heck it comes from.
Right.
And the next thing that I'm doing is the biggest thing I've ever done, World Prosper Summit. It's free, by the way.
Right.
WorldProsperSummit.com. People are saying, how are you going to make any money? Not making any money.
Right.
All of my clients aren't making any money either. 19 of my friends, world famous celebrities, are banding together. They're giving their time to me.
Yeah.
They and I are giving our time to you.
Yeah.
And people are joining. And it's less than 24 hours. We're recording this less than 24 hours since I announced it.
Right.
And we're at our third level of referral. People have joined and they've told lots of their friends. But just a few minutes ago, the first referral told their friend. Right. So we're 3 levels deep, and it's not even 1 day old, and we're over the top. We can't use GoToWebinar because they limited us to 3,000 people. It is exploding, and I'm going to take advantage of this by helping more people in 2 days than I've ever helped before.
Oh, I love it. I love that you're doing that. So Raymond, separate from the events that you're doing and whatnot, what is your overall mission and goal when you're serving people and helping people, whether it's online or live events or whatnot? What is your personal main goal?
Well, I don't know if you're going to like this, but the answer is I play.
Okay.
My job this lifetime is to play. I just play. I have so much fun. When you sent me a message just earlier today saying, Raymond, I want to do a Zoom call with you. I said, great, that'll be so much fun. And when I got the idea just 5 days ago to completely change my business and go online, I'm not like an expert on online, but man, I'm learning.
Right.
I'm learning really fast, and it's playful. I'm just having so much fun. When I used to fly to other countries and speak, it was fun. I remember I got a call from a promoter in Slovenia saying, I've heard of you and I'd like to host you on my stage. I said, where's Slovenia? I didn't even know where the heck it was. And he said, hey, be careful. Slovenia is the only country in the world that has love in its name.
Right. So true.
When I got there, there's no litter. Everybody loves each other because they know each other. Yep. Listen to this, Randy, there's almost no crime because everybody knows everybody.
Right. Yeah. So what's your heartfelt mission?
I just play. I love playing. The idea that I'm going to convert my entire company to an online company and just play that way, and I won't be able to touch people, but I'll be able to touch them emotionally and more people than ever. I just play. My whole life is playing. I play with my cat. I play with my wife. I play with my daughter. I just play. And my staff loves it. I have a staff of 9 people. 3 of us have been together for 25 years.
Wow. That says a lot, Raymond. That really says a lot. But I love how you're giving to the community, but now you're going to be able to give so much more when you're taking everything online. So where is the best place? Like, I know you have your summit, but is there a place that people can connect with you? Because you have so many different things that you teach and different topics that you love to talk on. Is there a central place that people can go to reach out to you?
Well, when they register at worldprospersummit.com, they'll be on my list and I'll be able to communicate with them that way.
Okay, perfect. And are there any suggestions that you can give people who may be a little bit down because they're at home, stuck inside?
Yeah. Yeah. Let me give you, there's some people who are okay. In other words, they have retired wealthy, or they've got a really good retirement plan,
Mm-hmm.
or they're working currently for a company that's healthy financially, so they're safe. So there's people who are okay. And then there's people who are getting better because they've come up with an idea that dwarfs their previous business or income, and they're going to come out earning even more money. And then there's people who are downhearted, thinking this is terrible. They're listening to the news every day, and they're feeling worse and worse. Mm-hmm. So I want to help the people who are feeling worse and worse and who are in trouble. CNN announced this morning, Randy, that as of the 5th of this month, April,
yep,
and the 5th of this month in the United States is the day in which landlords can issue eviction notices for non-payment of rent.
Yep.
31% of Americans didn't pay their rent this month.
Oh my
31%. It's unbelievable. A third of all Americans who are tenants.
Yes.
A third of all tenants couldn't pay their rent. But it probably means that a third of homeowners couldn't pay their mortgage.
Right.
It's crazy. So there's people who are going down, and I want to help them. People who are staying the same, yeah, don't be so smug. It's always good to make more money and be able to give more to charity or to have a healthier life. Yes. And even the people who are doing better, I want to give advice to them how they can do even better than better. And I'll give you one example, Randy. You'll love this. I was speaking with Jack Canfield, the co-creator of the entire Chicken Soup for the Soul series of books, and one of the stars of The Secret, and one of the stars of my worldprospersummit.com. I was talking to him, and he said that he is so uplifted. I said, really? It's a virus lockdown. What do you mean? He said his clients are messaging him with all the things they're doing that they've learned from him. And he gave me one example, which I love. One of his clients owns a huge gym in Los Angeles, a gigantic rent, and he's in trouble.
Yeah.
Financial trouble. So what he did, because he was forced to, he contacted one of his, and you pay $20 a month to go to this gym.
Okay.
So he contacted one of his clients that he knew, and he said, you come here often, you're paying me $20 a month. Let's wash the $20 away. Let's change it to $99 a month. I know the piece of equipment you like best. I've already disinfected it. I've already putting it on a truck. It'll be arriving in your home in a few hours. Pay me $99. You don't have to come to the gym. Keep it at your home and just pay me $99. The guy loved it.
Wow.
He eagerly agreed to pay $99 instead of $20, and he doesn't come to the gym. And so he was so inspired that the gym owner called all his clients. They've eagerly agreed. They accepted it. He's now making way, way more money per month. And when the virus lockdown is over, he's not going to renew his lease. He's going to take all his equipment and rent it out to people. He's going to have no employees and no lease and no air conditioning and no security guards, nothing. He's just going to have pieces of equipment in other people's living rooms. And that's going to be his new virtual gym. And he's going to be able to travel with no headaches. He doesn't have to come to work for 14 hours a day. His life, he says, thank God for coronavirus. It changed my life. And there's millions of people who are going to be able to do that. And what I want to do is instigate that creativity. I want to trigger that creativity by having not just one genius person, but 19 genius people all giving you ideas. Quick, half an hour. It'll be like tilting your head back and drinking from Niagara Falls.
Raymond, this is like a great, fabulous idea that you're sharing here, because any of the fitness people around that are listening to this now just got a fabulous idea from you of what they can do during this time, because we don't know how long this is going to last. You know, what's another creative thing that they can do? I know a lot of people are going online with their fitness and doing classes online, that kind of thing, but that's a really interesting idea.
I know.
That's
I'll
great.
tell you what, here's something that my own wife did just recently. she's a competitive dancer, and she's had the same dance instructor, David, for about 20 years.
Wow.
They really love each other, and she's very loyal to him. And he can't come. He can't come to his studio.
Yeah.
He can't even come to our home. She can't come to his home.
Right.
So he suggested a dancing lesson by Zoom.
Yeah.
And my wife, Karen, said, "Are you nuts? You have to hold me. You have to guide me. Dancing is an interactive play. I have to sense your arm movement and I have to move with you.
Yeah.
It's not going to work." He says, "Let's try it." It was the best dance class they ever had because it was the first time the instructor said he could actually see her. Now, you can glance at her in the mirror, but he still has other work to do because he's dancing. Yeah. But he says when he could just watch her, he spotted things he hasn't spotted in 20 years.
Wow, wow. Yeah, I have a friend whose children are doing online music classes and online dance classes. I'm like, really? Are they group classes? Are they like one-on-one? She said both. They're doing both. They'll do a Zoom where everybody can see everybody, or they'll do one-on-one. And it's just fabulous that people are getting really creative to keep their businesses going, especially when they are in-person businesses, right? Like physical classes and whatnot, because you think, well, how can you do this, if
I
you're
know.
not together?
When I was a little boy, we had a piano, and my mother hired a piano teacher who used to come and give me a lesson.
Right.
Okay, well, big deal. That's what everybody does.
Yeah.
But now I realize there was no need for that lady to come and just sit beside me on the bench. She could have been watching me on Zoom. Of course, when I was a boy, there was no internet. But
don't age yourself, Raymond.
To this day, even with the internet, I bet you 99% of piano teachers still come to people's homes and watch them play. Well, that's going to end. Yeah. So now piano teachers can make way more money because instead of leaving one house and driving for half an hour to another house, so most of their time is driving and wasted. Now they're going to just 1 second later, they click onto a new Zoom link and they've got a new client and they've saved all that travel, all that gas. The whole world is different. Am I going to rush back and rent hotel meeting rooms? Yeah, but not as many. Right. Am I going to race back to Air Canada and fly twice a week as I've done for 37 years, twice a week? I step on an airplane? No, I'm not going to do that anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, it's tough, and it's tough on the family, and it's tough on, a lot of things. So, and you'll be keeping that money in your pocket too, that you're not spending on traveling. So that's phenomenal. And you get to help more people. So thank you so much, Raymond, for being on with me. Please share any last tip or event or whatnot that you want to share with everybody.
Well, one of my favorite lines, snowmen fall to earth unassembled. Most people can see the snowflake. Everyone can see the snowflakes. And most people look at the snowflakes and imagine bad news like traffic accidents or injuring their back as they shovel the snow. But the wise people see the snowmen, the snowmen they can build and have fun.
I love that.
Snowmen fall to earth unassembled. You need to assemble them. And I want to help you assemble the most glorious life, the higher income life, because of this snowfall of coronavirus.
I love that. Thank you. So share the website one more time.
worldprospersummit.com. No charge. worldprospersummit.com. But don't just register. Register and tell your friends. Because if you register and keep it to yourself, it's like you want to make money and you don't want your friends to make money. No. If you register, just like I'm sharing with you, you must share with your friends on social media, everywhere.
Perfect. Thank you. And for those that will see this interview when Corona is gone, what is your main website that they can go to?
Aaron.com. 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 The first thing you can do is download an instant download of my best-selling hardcover book, Double Your Income, Doing What You Love.
Love it. Thank you. Thank you for
Thank you.
that. And that'll give people another thing to do while they're at home. They can read your book. I love it. Okay, well, thank you so much for being on with me. It's been an honor to chat with you. And yeah, stay safe and take care of yourself. And we will all prosper and be healthy and happy.
We will get through this. Thank you.
Thank you for listening to this interview hosted by Randy Goodman. We hope you will take action and connect with the incredible business people and leaders in our community. And remember, Randy is always here to answer any questions you have regarding your real estate needs. Be sure to register on the website and stay up to date on what's happening in your area at parkbench.com/millpond.